This is a Full Circle Podcast Show production. Crime.
Let's get it together.
Education.
Let's get it together.
Marriage.
Let's get it together.
Politics.
Let's get it together. Full circle.
Poverty.
Let's get it together.
Race.
Let's get it together. Full circle.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Full Circle Podcast Show, episode number 59. I am Daryl E. McCullough, and as always, I am joined by the songstress, Carmen L. Miller.
Hello, hello.
Carmen, I sent you a long text message, and you replied back with the letter K.
Yes, yes, Daryl, I read it, and I agreed, so I said, okay.
But some of them had questions.
You know what? Your questions will be answered
Okay.
accordingly.
Yeah, but it was 2 weeks ago, Carmen.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Also, the fitness guru, Erica, is here. Erica D. White, how are you?
I'm doing fine, and I'm not going to do, since everyone thinks my woot woot is Wendy Williams, and she did send me a letter and asked me to cease and desist.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, she knows who we are. She knows who we are.
What?
Yeah.
Well, at least me and Carmen.
I'm
She
going to
didn't say
say,
anything about you,
Erica,
Daryl.
I've been waiting for you because I want to say something to you, and I want to say this out of love.
Oh, okay.
And seriously, no disrespect.
Oh, see,
No disrespect.
you didn't even put the button
No,
there.
see, you know what happens? Everything after no disrespect is disrespectful.
Okay.
And
Eric,
just
see,
so you know.
Erica thinks that she is so funny because at her high school, people would laugh, you know, because they thought she was cool or whatever like that. And she grew up with that thinking that she's funny, but Erica's not, you're not funny.
Daryl,
Oh, my
what the hell?
God.
Why
You're
do you
definitely
say
not
that?
funnier than me.
That's so not
No,
nice.
he tells me that all the time.
That's
he's like,
not nice.
He's like, you're not funny. Daryl, I am funny.
That's not nice.
I'm
dude.
offended, but that's okay.
Okay,
Your
well,
mama. Your mama, Daryl.
I'm glad that you're
my
here.
mama is calling me right now.
Tell
See
her-
that?
That's funny.
She is
really is.
funny. You ain't funny, Mrs. Daryl.
Wow.
So
Now, we got a great in-studio guest with us. We have our friend, our special
69.
returning in-studio guest, Toledo's own jazz vocalist and recording artist,
Look at
Ramona
her.
Collins.
She can't
the
contain.
lovely.
She got her diva on. She can barely contain herself.
I love it.
We love Ramona.
Ramona, we're so happy to have you back.
I'm crazy to hang out with her. You know,
Don't touch
I pass
her.
out pens. I have papers for everybody. Ramona has to have her own pen.
She even got coffee and gum.
I mean, I don't understand. But you look fantastic.
She sighed on you.
You do too, and you're taller than you were the last time I saw you.
Ramona, I mean this out of love and no
He has
disrespect.
prosthetics.
See, you know
No
what happened?
disrespect.
Is it
Here you
orthotics
go.
or prosthetics?
Here you
I'm
go.
confused.
If I wasn't married, you'd be making macaroni and cheese for me right now.
I don't think that's
You don't
it.
even
No,
like black women.
No,
I
you don't
do.
even like macaroni and cheese.
Right.
I love macaroni and
You
cheese.
know what? If you weren't married, I wouldn't have to make you nothing because it would be like that.
Somebody got to cook. I don't know how to cook.
No one, we'd be cooking, but it wouldn't be in the kitchen.
Okay,
wow.
okay.
Hello. I'm bringing that
is
back.
the
See,
nastiest.
you know what?
I'm bringing
It's
that
gonna
back.
be it's gonna be that kind of show.
No, I don't want it to be that kind of show. That was
Hello.
really just not at your side, Ramona,
I
but
thought,
So
I
Ew.
thought that was,
that was nasty.
he started it.
But
So
that was
what
nasty.
have you been doing? Because I got some questions for you.
If they're gonna be the same kind of questions you started with, let's just stop it right there.
No,
Oh,
this
my Lord.
this episode is going to be PG. Trust
Okay, pretty gay.
Pretty
me.
yeah.
Wow.
Pretty gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Now, see, that's funny.
Pretty gregarious.
What she said, what Carmen said is that was funny.
I
That's
can't deal with
humor.
you.
Don't come for me,
Don't.
Daryl. 'cause
Don't.
I'm sitting down.
You
See, you
see?
want to come all crazy because I'm
Do
sitting
you know
at this end of
what?
the table
You know what?
today.
I'm
You know what's
sorry.
happening?
Yeah, he nuzzled
sorry.
you
He's
'cause
feeling
you down
himself.
there.
Yeah, because I'm
I
down
apologize.
here.
Now, I got some questions for you, though.
Got arms like
you
LeBron.
you put on a show at a what was it, at a college like last week? So for someone that I was a big fan of, John Hendricks.
I wasn't there.
You didn't do it?
Obviously, he's not.
I
a
wasn't
fan.
able. Yeah, they had me listed, so I know why you asked me about it. But I wasn't able to go at the last minute. I had to do something else. So some of my friends, Ellie Martin, Dr. Ellie Martin, Lori Lefevre,
Oh, Lori.
Kim Bueller, I'm not sure who else was there, but it
Nene
was.
Leakes?
It was.
Well, I was going for.
I
If
can't
I was
deal.
going, I would be going just for you. So I would have been a
Well,
little
thank you.
upset.
Thank you for mentioning
Come
that.
on,
Though, 'cause
let's
that was
move
a
on.
good show. What the heck?
I
Damn,
do.
You guys are so nasty at the end of the table. Can we have someone please bring in a divider?
I'm in that group now.
Oh my
Yes, because the
Lord.
two of y'all is sitting way too up. Can we have this Carmen?
She is so jealous
I just-
because
I
she-
am not.
She's
Oh
so
my
jealous
God,
because she's
am
not sitting next
not.
to me.
Well, we can move because
Okay,
this is
let's-
crazy.
Okay, kids. Okay, kids. I do want to
God.
mention that
Do you see
you
the little
will
smoke
be.
coming?
You will be opening up for Gladys Knight this summer.
Excellent.
I
Opening
love
up
it.
the season
She got her
for-
face snatched.
Yes.
Can you ask her where she got that done at? Because her face is beautiful.
Hold on. We do not ask people where they got their faces snatched.
Oh,
we act like we
man.
don't notice it, but we say you look fabulous.
Fabulous.
That face is snatched.
Yes, it
Fabulous.
is.
But I wonder where they put her stitches. Like, is it back behind
know
Oh
her
no!
neck or
You know
down
what?
under
I'm
her
gonna. I
armpit?
do have to tell you something. That I
Does she
did
look
see.
good?
I saw a.
Gladys,
I saw the
I
transformation.
was not in a conversation talking about your face. I'm
I
just
saw
a
the
guest.
transformation.
I'm just a
She
guest
looks
on this
beautiful.
show.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
know what they're talking about. I think they're rude
No,
ladies.
I want to.
I'm
I want
sorry.
to be honest. And
You
this
look
is,
fabulous.
She
I don't-
does.
She does.
She absolutely does.
And
But I
that's-
have to correct. I have to correct you, Erica,
Okay.
because Gladys posted a video
Okay.
of her getting ready for that event, and she had herself natural, and it went through her glam squad getting her together, and that is all Gladys. That is not smoke and mirrors. That is not Dr. Nobody. That is
So
Gladys.
where that before picture then was?
It was just her as she is without makeup, without
Yeah.
the glam. And her glam squad, let me
It's
tell you
off the
something.
chain.
They are magicians,
Wow.
baby.
Gladys,
So-
But
you
but
look
but a lot
fabulous.
of you.
Yes, she did.
Everybody
What is that?
assumes that people have had some work done, but the only work you had done was what God gave you, and they just enhanced it.
Yes,
they
And
did.
that's all I'm saying.
Mother was wonderful.
Gladys wear that makeup to bed at night.
But a lot of you. What's
know
that
what?
thing that you black
See,
women
She should not
use?
wake up without that makeup.
What's that product
After
that
this
you black
show, I
women
might not
use?
even be able to open for you, Gladys.
We
because
love Gladys.
These people.
Don't
I
say
want-
these. I'm trying to honor her. I'm
Except
trying to honor
this one
her.
and this one over here. These two.
But speaking of that, what is that product that I see a lot of black women use? It's like
Vaseline.
Shea butter.
Shea butter.
They,
Yeah.
Cocoa butter.
those
Shea
are
butter.
natural.
Shea butter.
Natural women use those.
And
gotta
black,
have
and black
butter.
don't
Vaseline.
crack. Black don't crack.
You
Now
gotta
what I
have
do?
butter.
See what I do. People ask
Nobody
me a lot
gives
of
a
times
damn
what I
what
use.
you do, Daryl.
I use 1 part Eucerin and
Nobody
1
gives a
part
damn.
glitter. 1
Glitter
part
and
glitter.
Eucerin. Yeah, I've
Hold
heard
on.
you say
Wait a
that
minute.
before.
1 part Eucerin.
And look at his hair.
1
He ain't
part
got no
glitter.
hair.
I told you what
Don't
the
use
show
it.
was going to be.
What person asked you what do you use?
Oh, I'll be walking and people say, "Can I talk with you? Can I?" Some say they just want to touch
Because
you.
he's lost his hair, and they be like, I don't want to lose my shit.
Hey,
so
I'll tell you
I'm
what.
not gonna
I'll
talk
tell
to
you
him.
what.
So let's get
hairy.
ready
From
to
the
have
neck down.
another.
Hairy.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. have another fun and exciting
How the hell
show
you lose your edges?
from the perspective
Who doing your edges?
of a liberal,
See,
conservative, and independent state of mind. Today's topic that we chose to discuss is closing the generational gap on the gay lifestyle / marriage. As always, we will have some interesting call-in guests, and as you can see, our panel is going to get right into it.
I don't know if we're gonna have time for a call in.
Before we begin, we do want to thank everybody for the shout-outs,
That says
for
Erica.
listening, and for all sharing our episodes with family and friends.
Oh, okay, thanks, Carmen, for being my little spot.
It-
Also, for liking our Facebook page and subscribing us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to check us out on the Roundtable Podcast. And we will soon have a few other podcast shows on the Full Circle Podcast Network. And remember, the Round Circle Podcast, home of this medium, you got to check them out. I love them.
Can we go back to? Let's go back to Carmen. Let Carmen.
What?
Round Circle Podcast.
Okay, we're cutting back.
I thought we want to thank Toledo's own 3 kids.
You said Round Circle Podcast.
Let's go. Let's
Round
cut
table?
back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's cut back. Okay.
Round Circle?
So we're
Call
in.
Uber. Can you call Uber for me? Because
Don't
this is
leave.
ridiculous.
Let's cut back. No,
Okay.
let's cut back. Let's cut back. Let's cut back to let's cut back to the Ramona. Where have you been? How have you been doing?
Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
but wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
I
problem
love
is
that one. Let's cut back to where
the problem
Where
you
is
start-
did the intro, Carmen.
the
Okay.
font is too small and they can't read. They all need glasses.
Okay,
I don't
we're
know,
gonna
I gotta say the round circle.
We'll go to Carmen.
So let's get ready to have another fun and exciting show from the perspective of a liberal, conservative, and independent state of mind. Today's
my
topic
goodness.
that we chose to discuss is closing the generational gap on the gay lifestyle/marriage. As always, we'll have some interesting call-in guests, and the panel is on fire already.
Yes, we're excited about this. But before we begin, we want
Yeah.
to thank everyone for their shout outs, listening, and sharing our episodes with their family and friends. And also for liking our Facebook page and subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and our YouTube channel. Yeah.
Thank you.
And don't forget to check us out. Check out the Round Table Podcast. I said it right this time. Thank you. And we will soon have a few other podcasts on the Full Circle Podcast Network. So we're still expanding, aren't we, Daryl?
Yeah.
New
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, he didn't jump in there like
New
right,
stuff.
no, right.
New
Yeah.
shows.
Well, let me keep on going then, okay? So we want to thank Toledo's own Three Kings Clothing, home of the Smedium there. This is an apparel company with supplies quality clothing with a connection to pop culture and current events. I love the Dorothy Dandridge t-shirt. Love that.
Oh, that's my favorite
That's
one.
my favorite one.
Hold
Please-
up.
Yes.
Who's got a Dorothy Dandridge t-shirt?
Three Kings.
Yeah.
They have Dorothy Dandridge. They've got Basquiat. They've got a bunch of them that are
Yes,
really
they've got
nice.
awesome shirts.
They
Where
got
are
that
Three
guy.
Kings?
What was
Where
that?
are they?
What's
And
that?
we-
They're located locally, right
And we
here in
won't shut
Toledo.
up and dribble. That's another one I love.
They had
yeah.
that troublemaker guy, the football guy, the troublemaker.
His name is Colin Kaepernick.
They got a shirt
They
with
do
him.
have a
He has
Colin
hair.
Kaepernick.
I'm still jealous. But please visit them at www.3, that's the number 3kingsclothing.com, or find them on Facebook at 3 Kings Clothing. And like their page. Please like their page.
Yep,
They're
yep.
awesome. We have more slots open. Again, they're always going fast. Always. Every time you come on, they're going fast. And for sponsors. So if you're interested, please contact us at fullcirclepodcastshow@gmail.com.
Sweet.
Where are they physically located?
They're located here in Toledo. Actually, the
Ramona, you're not
storefronts
allowed to
online.
ask questions.
But
Where
they
are
al-
they physically located?
Storefronts online, but they also have they throw events here in the Toledo area.
They
Lots
don't-
of them at the Peacock.
They
Well,
don't
the
really.
people don't
They
do-
don't really do new people, so you have to go through me.
The day parties that are thrown at the Peacock, they usually have like a booth there.
Let me give Ramona
so
up,
cool.
Steve. So you know what happened with Toys R Us, correct? So brick and mortar stores aren't very popular anymore.
I
Oh
understand
my
that.
God!
They are online
But
because
according to Donald Trump, that's Amazon's fault instead of the fact
No,
that
that's
people
because-
prefer to buy online.
No.
Speaking of
And
which,
That's
let's get
because he wants to give his business. He
Speaking
wants
of
them to
which-
go do
Understand
FedEx.
that.
Okay.
I got
We're gonna
that.
come back to
No,
that.
we do-
No, we're gonna come back. We're gonna be right back
Maybe,
with that.
but I don't know.
Lean back, Carmen.
so let's get into what's going on in the world. Hello, right now.
Well, you know, I got a lot of things going on, but we're gonna talk about last podcast as we always do. Our last podcast was Has Jesus Become a Liberal Hippie?
No.
Going to hell. You're going to hell.
I'm
say.
yet praying for Daryl.
I
wasn't here, so-
love that episode.
I
I
wasn't
am-
here, so I don't know
I am
anything
yet-
about
But you don't believe in Jesus. Of
I'm
course
yet
you
praying
would.
for Daryl.
Let me take my Chloraseptic.
Listen, you know that we are going to hell in a handbasket. You know
I'm
what
not.
that means?
You by
Oh,
yourself,
Lord.
baby. You by
Hell
yourself.
in a handbasket.
I neither am going to hell nor do I own a handbasket.
I don't really believe in that, but too much. But
What did you enjoy about that episode?
because we had
Exactly.
well, Erica was not here.
I was
my
willing
God.
not to
I
be
missed
here.
her.
Okay,
Oh
that's
my
your first thing you
God.
I
enjoyed
missed
about
her.
it. Okay.
Carmen
not
and I
miss me.
had great banter. We
Okay.
had
You know
a
what?
good
Very
studio.
happy I
Y'all not
wasn't
gonna,
here.
hey, y'all not gonna put me in this.
We had
y'all not gonna put me
a
in
great
this.
in-studio guest. It was a good time.
Was
It
it,
was
a good time? Carmen?
It was a good time. You know
Carmen
what?
did not go on to the.
We are
I listened. She was not knowing Jesus stuff coming out of her.
Lord.
It was all you, Daryl.
we're coming up on our 60th episode,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want Daryl to forget that we agreed to reduce the show time.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, to 60 minutes.
To 60 minutes. Not today. This is our 59th episode. But for
I
our
was
60th
thinking
episode,
that would
we
be a
will
thing.
we will celebrate by reducing the show to 1 hour.
I don't know if we can do all
So
of
this
this
time
anymore.
we're going to be fully black. But next episode, y'all, we going white with it, all the way white.
I don't understand what you're talking about because
I
I don't. What am I supposed to be? Am I going to be in character? I mean, what am
Oh
I gonna
my
be?
God. Okay, so also our videos for our YouTube channel will most likely cease.
Most
YouTube-
likely.
YouTube is a hard market to break into.
It is. It really is.
There's light at the end of
Especially
the
when
tunnel
if y'all would
with
just go naked,
monetization.
like I said, if we would go more naked,
Yeah,
we would be.
I'm not ever gonna do that. So,
But okay, like you were saying, there was a light at the end of the tunnel with monetization, but YouTube changed the rules.
yeah,
Right.
you know, whenever.
It's so hard now, Carmen.
Should I know.
It's like an uphill battle.
Does that mean?
So, you know, I want the best for you.
Is that the reason you're going down to an hour?
No, I'm going out to an hour to get Carmen off my back.
Yeah, because I felt like
It was
it's
too long?
out of respect for our listeners.
There's too long.
It is too long, and the reason why is I don't want to.
You want people to get bored and stop looking.
That too, but I also don't want to cut off
My
really
fitness
good,
minute is at the end. And
really good guests and give them enough time to really just delve into the issue as opposed to just jumbling everything together.
Right.
I think it's kind of a cool thing to do.
And my fitness minute is at the very end.
But we have a full show. It's not like we just,
yeah, but
random.
you
we're gonna
pack the show, so let's make sure that we
Right.
stretch it out, babe.
we're gonna do it.
All right.
Now I got a couple things going on. I did have a meeting with the Three Kings,
Nice.
and I was talking about some other things, but they didn't want to hear that. They wanted for me to. We were
Shut
talking
up.
about the National Podcast Power Conference,
Oh wow.
and I was talking about doing it in Detroit, and they talked to me, and I was really actually not going to have it at all. But long story short, it looks as though the National Podcast Power Conference will happen again this year,
All right.
and instead of September, most likely in August.
Oh sweet.
And I surely hope that these beautiful ladies that are in attendance with me today, I hope you definitely will join us.
I can't wait to get the planning underway. It should be awesome.
Okay, awesome. The other thing
Where
is,
is it going to be?
A show house.
it may be back where we were before.
I thought we
We
could
can
have a
talk
show
about
house.
it now.
I thought you said what happened with Detroit? I thought you said you were talking to them.
I was, but maybe I'll have Detroit join us, and then if Detroit does something, we'll go there.
Awesome.
We can mix it up.
This will be great. I think it'll be great. I think it's great for the podcast relationship and building out their network. I think it'll be great.
So I'm not gonna make a move
Ramona,
without everybody.
We're not getting our free stuff now because he's not going to Detroit. I know he's
I'm concerned about parking in Detroit.
Oh
You
my
shouldn't be.
God.
They got more parking than you need in Detroit. That's the problem.
Yeah, but it's
It's expensive.
okay.
Well, tell somebody to negotiate a lower rate for the people attending that conference, like when we went to Milestones underneath.
And we may have an opportunity to go to Warren, Michigan as well. So
All right.
we'll see what happens.
30
Now I got a
bucks
couple updates. I got rid of my landline,
I
About
did
a
that years ago.
100
what
years
else is
too
new?
late.
and
Welcome to the 21st century.
and I got rid of our Sears radar range,
You're what now?
the Sears Amana radar
You
range.
should have kept that because Sears is gone.
Well, so I don't know. What you guys don't have a landline?
No.
For what?
I had a landline.
But why?
My mama calls, but I got my daughter her cell phone. So my son got his cell phone at 18. My daughter got her cell phone at 14. They didn't want one.
They
Lord
didn't
have
want one.
mercy.
Okay, if they didn't want one, but I
Your
thought you were
children are
just
not
being
normal.
ridiculous.
And I'm gonna tell you something else.
They're not normal.
When you have a stay-at-home mother or father,
Uh-huh.
to be open-minded and liberal,
Yeah. That's not liberal. That makes sense.
It's real
the
life.
children, our house, the kids are always with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no problem. I got them a cell
I'm
phone.
wondering how they feel about that.
No, I would
Bring them
have.
on the show.
Yeah.
Interview
I would
them.
have got them a cell phone at 8 years old, but they didn't want one.
If they didn't want one, that's
Okay,
different.
great.
That's
So-
different.
He's
I mean,
lying.
So no, it's
he
the
is
truth.
absolutely
Now,
lying.
next time we see the kids, we're going to
Yeah.
speaking of my children,
Yeah.
of my children, I feel like I'm on an episode of Blackish
Why is
because
that?
I was talking to my son.
Today or when
Now
you're
he
at home?
went yesterday. As a matter of fact, he's coming from a
hasn't even watched
predominantly
Blackish.
white
environment.
high school,
Yeah.
going to a private college that is predominantly white, but there are a few black people there. And I said, when you see other black people, do you give them the nod? And he looked at me. He was like, he didn't. He had no clue
was acting
what I
like-
was talking
he was
about.
Because
acting
he's never
like you.
seen you do it, Daryl.
And because when I see black people, I kind of go.
To the side, Daryl?
Yeah.
It's not a side.
It's a
It's
nod.
a little up.
It's a more of a nod. Or it's up.
It's not
like
to the
that.
side. You look like a damn deer.
Oh, well, maybe that's why they don't
Looks like
respond.
a deer.
This
No,
is how it
yeah,
is.
a deer. Like
Couldn't even do
Okay,
it.
girl, I'm going to show him how to do it.
Go ahead.
he looks like a
No,
deer.
no, not to the
He
side.
looks
Just
like a deer.
Everybody,
that's trying to
check it on 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
It hurts my neck when I do it.
You look like a giraffe trying to get some food out of a tree.
You're going to look like a giraffe in the Toledo University Hospital.
Come on across here, bruh.
So,
And we just
Go
want
back.
a disclaimer: we do not condone domestic violence. He just threatened to put her.
It ain't no domestic violence when his pen go through his eyeball.
I'm going to scratch her face, and you're going to get
so
your
apparently,
You're going to get your face
You
stretched.
gonna
Please
get
carry
ice.
on, darling.
apparently
Get
we
iced
have
up
a
in here.
message from
Yes.
a viewer or listener or
The
Daryl.
police or somebody.
Yeah, somebody. Daryl Westrock Jr.
Yeah.
Westrock?
Let's play. Let's take a break,
Westrock.
and we're going to listen to his,
Westrock?
Hi, Daryl.
his message.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daryl. I want to start off by saying that I am an avid listener of the show. Love the show. Keep up the good work. I've been listening for about a year now, and every episode, there's always something interesting. I love the topics. There's never a dull moment listening to you guys, and I just want to say, love the show. Keep it up. And to get into this week's topic, well, first of all, before I get there, I just want to elaborate on the fact that you guys are always double teaming my man Daryl. Every time he has an opinion or say something, it's like he's always getting attacked. Some of the things he say is common sense. I'm not taking sides, I'm just saying.
So I can stop that.
Yay, thanks.
So then he
Daryl.
goes to the end and he says, "Hey, I love you guys," all that kind of stuff.
So is it all
it's your
about
normal-
writing your
When-
nuts?
when people
basically?
make a statement
Is it all
like-
about writing your nuts? I'm just want to make sure.
No, nobody was
When-
riding
when
my
people make a
nuts.
statement,
Yes, he was
though-
I
writing
don't
your
want somebody
nuts.
riding my nuts.
So,
And when people make a
What's he
statement
writing
that
his
says
nuts?
you guys
I'm
are always
not
double
a nut
teaming.
guy. I had one girl and she was
do
trying
they
to
do
do some
this?
stuff.
Is
I had
this-
to give her the tap.
wait, whoa. Whoa.
Whoa! What?
Whoa.
What is this whole thing about? Objectively, not subjective. Objectively.
Whoa.
He was just talking about the last episode. So it was like when you get a fan letter or whatever. He said some great things about us, but we don't have time to play it.
So
all.
when Dino says mean things about me, you tell me he's a fan. But when people say Carmen's voice is annoying, you say those are fans. When
Nobody
you say
said Carmen's voice
Yes,
was
he
annoying. They
said-
said your voice.
No, you said, and I will show you. He said people say Carmen's voice, and then sometimes they say that I eat on the thing. He
Nope,
says it's
nobody
okay.
said
These
that.
are our fans.
She is making up stuff. I swear to God, Carmen.
Oh Lord!
I don't
was
even know where to
all-
begin.
Dino was all on her.
I don't even know where to begin. But yay.
All
Thank
right.
you, Daryl.
Okay, we're
Thanks for your
back.
message.
Hey, yeah, Daryl, thanks for that. We appreciate
Don't worry.
that.
People say mean things about.
We-
No,
we
it
really
wasn't
do
her voice. He said that
appreciate
Carmen talks
that.
a lot, and I eat on the thing. Somebody said a thing, and he said it's okay. They're your fans. But when people say things about you, then they're our fans when they say mean things about us. When they say nice things about Daryl, they're his fans. So we get mean things said about us.
I'm exhausted.
I appreciate you guys for listening.
No. I don't even mean to make. I want to answer your question, and I don't even want to make this show PG-R. But yeah, Erica had said something about balls.
You went there with the whole
No.
nut stuff.
No, but I'm not into that, and I know this is. We're talking about
He did.
millennials. Millennials are doing some crazy stuff right now. What the hell? I'm not into balls and stuff like that.
I want to talk about
A
David.
girl did that to me, and I gave her the
Westbrook.
tap. I don't do
Yeah.
that.
I mean Daryl Westbrook.
Stop it.
Well,
You know, that wasn't you, so I'm sorry. I said make it short. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. I don't okay?
Because you're not a millennial. Don't ever leave your husband. Because you your moves and what you're doing, it ain't gonna work.
He said my move.
What's today's topic? I forgot.
it was gayness. It was just gay. It was just
lost
like
my mic or
super gay.
something.
So,
But you know what? But before we get into politics, I got to introduce my girl.
I lost my mic.
okay.
I got to introduce my girl. Today's we have another segment, and we're going to get into Carmen Miller's Clean Slate. Carmen, what words of encouragement do you have for us today?
I'm
I ain't even gonna say that.
Okay. Clean slate.
How did my mic
The measure of a
on the floor?
person's character is not what you do when everyone's looking. It's what you do when no one's looking. And the thing about people, it's all well and good to do, nice things for show. It's all well and good to want your name out there for all of the charitable and wonderful things that you do. But what really counts is when you help people who can't possibly, under any circumstances, pay you back in any way without looking or seeking limelight for what it is that you do. And that's true charity, and that comes from the heart. And that is what makes up someone's true character. A lot of times people will say, I'm doing things for someone. You see these videos of people who make a big show of their giving. But when you can give, or when people, have that heart that can give and will do for others, when they do that for real, you don't need to say it for yourself. Your work will speak for you.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, and I find myself saying this more often, I guess because I'm older, that when people are eulogized, they don't talk about what you had, they talk about what you did for other people and how you made other people feel.
That's exactly
That's
right.
basically what people do. They tell stories about you, funny stories, things that, memories that they want to carry forever of their time
That's your
with
legacy.
you. That is it. And as the old folks say, that's truly living your dash. A lot of folks think living their dash is acquiring wealth and all that kind of stuff. It's not. It's actually spending wealth the time you had here on earth.
That's right.
As you interacted with other people.
Clean slate.
Clean
You guys
slate.
need to
We
get-
love it.
So y'all need to get up off of Mariah Carey because she's been doing this her whole life. And y'all, she had a couple little bad singing things, and y'all will not let it go. Y'all remember all the
That
great
ain't-
things
they
Mariah
tried-
Carey has did for us.
They tried to throw Chaka Khan under the bus because the woman had the flu. Girl, you should have seen it.
Well, Chaka Khan is not Mariah Carey, so you're totally not
Well,
on
thank God
board
she's
here.
Oh my gosh, Shaka
Thank
Khan is
God.
way better than Mariah Carey.
Lord,
Thank
that's a
God
whole
she-
nother show.
I'm gonna try to. I just gotta
Okay,
let you
that's
know
another.
that.
That's another
I'm
show.
talking about a queen.
That's
right
another
now.
show.
Oh, well, are we talking about people not being nasty to people and being so diva-ish?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's-
I was just correcting you. I'm sorry.
You
Ramona.
can correct me
I
on
was
that.
talking about Mariah Carey.
I don't really give a happy damn.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
so glad
So
that she's
politics.
mad at you and not me. And I told you all along.
Mad at her, I'm just saying.
She was
I
trying
told
to
you all
correct me.
along.
She was
I'm
just
not the
trying to-
troublemaker.
We're
It's
both
Erica.
queens. We're
She does
both
kick up.
queens. She was trying to correct me, the queen.
So about politics.
Oh my
we got-
goodness.
Ramona, I know that you,
I'm stunned.
Ramona, I know that
My son has Chaka Khan's tattoo on his thigh, her lip imprint.
She
And
is pissed.
You know what? He's got to move on to Mariah Carey.
And Ramona, you know
Mariah.
I'm crazy about you, but could you at least take a sip out of the $3 water that I
I
bought?
did. You see right? Oh yeah, I gotta take some more. Okay.
Okay.
So
Why does this water cost $3?
politics.
Sip it like Mariah.
The latest thing going on in the White House.
I'm not gonna comment
You
on
got to
that.
take it to the head.
Oh my God! Here we go. So
Is this the Howard Stern show?
back
What
to the
hell is
White
going
House.
on?
Back to the White
Damn,
House.
she's taking us back to the White House.
We
Okay.
are today.
I don't wanna
The
go here, so
FBI raided Donald Trump's lawyer's home.
The fixer.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear-
So
I didn't hear nothing about
Michael
that.
Cohen. Well, you need to listen harder because it's
I'm,
sure they
you
have.
probably
Fox News didn't have nothing like
They're
that
gonna
on.
call you later and tell
they're
you.
gonna cover that.
They're gonna call him and tell him personally that.
Now,
they
who
did
raided
it.
the house? Fox News?
Yeah.
The
FBI.
FBI. The
Oh,
FBI.
FBI,
There was
okay.
that was the latest thing.
Um,
Now,
Mr. Mueller
The other-
referred that to them because that was outside his bailiwick.
this is a direct result of Michael Cohen coming out and saying that he made a payment to Stormy Daniels during the campaign, which could very well put Mr. Trump in jeopardy based on his knowledge of the payment or, having
If they
coerced-
violated the campaign finance laws, which
Exactly.
I'm not making an excuse.
allegedly.
I'm not making an excuse for him. But
Allegedly.
if you show me a man with
Jesus.
power, I will show you a man that is tempted on a regular basis.
Okay, temptation
I just have a
is
podcast show,
temptation
and
is
I'm
one
tempted.
thing.
I get all kind of things.
Temptation is one
What
thing.
have you had thrown at you lately?
Oh, do you want to know?
I want to know.
I was at J. Alexander, and I went and got
That
some food.
cesspool.
And I was
What
sitting
happened?
there, and I got a vodka and tonic while I was waiting.
Oh, Lord.
So as soon as I put the drink up to my lips, someone said, "Cheers." And I looked over and there was a woman there,
Oh, so there's that.
a little
Okay.
Asian Mexican lady.
All right.
About 80.
Yeah.
And she said, "You have a podcast show, don't you?"
Karen.
Oh, get out.
That didn't happen.
It did happen.
Okay, so,
Maybe the end didn't happen, but
okay.
most of it happened.
Daryl.
The other things that have been going on lately.
Oh, Lord.
Uh,
All right.
the other things that have been going on lately have been we're having some issues with the financing of this wall. Okay, so
I don't know where you were before.
the last discussions that were talked about as far as the wall,
Well,
the imaginary wall that
oh,
Trump
the one
wants
that's not
built.
going to be built. Okay.
He was going to deploy National Guard troops down to the border to patrol the border. That was the last thing that we heard about the border and the wall and all of that. And Congress still has not approved any type of funding for this wall.
I have a
And he
question.
also tried to put it through on the military's budget.
Well, they said get the hell out of here.
You're right.
I want to know, though, if you're a National Guards person, did you sign up to patrol the border? Or did you sign up, if we have a natural disaster in, where are we, Ohio, or anywhere, that's
So
generally,
like Puerto Rico.
the unforgotten Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Unforgot.
that's the thing, you know.
Oh, the forgotten Puerto Rico.
This is the thing. You've got if you are willing to deploy National Guard troops to do
to
unnecessary
watch the damn
work.
border where the
Well,
border
somebody's
crossings
not
are done.
doing something
No,
because
what do you
there's
mean?
too many people coming in
No,
here.
that's
Well,
a lie.
it's actually
you got
been going
people
down
coming
the
from other
last-
countries that are coming here because where they're coming from. Did you see the story today? It's busloads of women
Ecuador.
and children.
Yeah, from Ecuador.
They are not drug dealers. They are not criminals.
Well, here's the other thing
People
too.
have always come here.
Here's the other thing too that I want to explain. Illegal immigration has gone down steadily for the last 10 years. That's been
And
proven.
so have the border crossings
So
lately.
it's like, you know, why are we paying attention to what's becoming a non-issue?
Because
need to
he's
put
trying
money
to appease
in-
his base and
We
people
We
like
need to put
Gerald.
money in this.
Education.
And we need to put money
No,
in,
we don't.
in discovering UFOs.
Oh God.
I'm
Okay, so the
I'm
other
joking.
thing,
I'm joking.
the other thing,
Daryl, please
I
tell
saw
me.
Cocoon the other day. My fault.
You know no one ever landed on the moon. You know that's a conspiracy theory. That never happened.
so we've also been talking about chemical weapons in Syria.
Carmen's going to be the straight person here.
I'm
She
just
going
gonna
to
tell
keep
you,
us
no
on
one's ever landed
time.
on the moon.
We've also been talking about chemical weapons in Syria.
Trump going to get it together. He going to fix it.
Israel did that. That's what
And-
Russia said. And
We've been experiencing quite a few bombings. The thing that we need to continue to pay attention to.
I can't listen to you because the national spokesperson has departed. So if you're trying to tell me anything,
What?
From the White House.
From the White House. So I can't listen to you, Carmen, right now because we don't have a national spokesperson. So I'm not even sure what you're telling me is not fake news.
Okay, well then there's that. All right.
The national spokesperson has departed. Where did he go? Does anybody know?
I do not.
Who was the national spokesperson?
Let me see what his name is. He just left. The national spokesperson was Michael Anton is leaving the administration. Yes, it's confirmed.
Is this breaking news?
Sunday evening. He left Sunday evening, but we're just finding out about it.
You know how many people left under that guy? What's the guy that was the president before Donald Trump?
We are not talking about anybody
Hold
but
on.
Donald Trump.
Hold
A
on,
lot of
hold
people
on, hold
quit
on.
under that guy.
No,
No,
not
that's a
one.
lie.
No.
Not nearly. This is
They
your.
didn't?
No.
We're still. You know, I just.
So you can't even dignify that
just
with a
outside
response.
Because
year
once
one.
you go black, you never go back.
We're just
You wouldn't know
outside
about
year
that, would
one,
you? Yeah.
and this has become
Well, they had
a
92
comedy
people.
of errors.
No, when you have breaking
Sarah
news every
Huckabee.
15 minutes, come on now.
Sarah Huckabee did pay tribute.
Breaking
Now, that
news
is
on
real.
CNN. There's no breaking news on Fox. I tell you that.
Sarah Huckabee said Michael is one of the smartest and most
Yeah, I
talented
don't
individuals
go
I've
by
ever worked
what
with.
Sarah
And that's why he
Huckabee
left,
said.
because he
this
couldn't
is-
take
this
it
is
no
what-
more.
Not to mention an amazing chef. Because you know she made that pie. She knows she knows about. Isn't that the funniest thing? He's
not
an
funny.
amazing
She's not funny.
chef. No, that's what Sarah Huckabee said. You're the white chick you love.
So then there's entertainment. What's entertainment?
Cardi B, she pregnant, y'all. Oh my God,
it's
she's
not
pregnant.
there.
She's
They said that
pregnant.
last night.
It's
She's
not
gonna be
there.
on Jimmy Fallon
Please
tonight.
Yeah,
stick
she
to
was.
the
She
outline.
is so cute.
You're not. You're
Voice. Now you talk about irritating voice.
The entertainment
like,
segment.
We
love-
gotta stay on the segment.
The entertainment
entertainment.
segment.
We have
is-
stayed on point from the beginning of this show.
We are to entertainment now. She said entertainment.
Which is brought to you by Marmite Records, the label produced and owned
Wait,
right
do the
here.
girl.
Rockwell in a moment.
Eric doesn't look happy. I don't know what's
Eric,
going on.
We would like to thank Marmite Records, the label that's produced and
I
owned by
have
Eric
nothing to
Sills,
do.
right here at Stone Soup Recording
And he's a
Studio
Cardi B
in
fan.
Maumee, Ohio.
Cardi B
so
fan.
for any singers
Cardi B.
or musicians looking to record in a world-class studio, please visit www.stonesouprec.com or check him out on Facebook at the Stone Soup Recording Studios and like the page.
Now,
Now-
Carmen, I know that we're going to get into a lot of gay.
Yeah, there
We're going
it
to get
is.
into a lot of gay things.
What was the topic
and,
again?
I know that people may overtalk me when I say these things.
Wait,
but
we haven't even
but
finished
for this little
entertainment.
segment for entertainment, can people not stop me from talking? For just this little segment for
I
entertainment.
won't stop you.
Go ahead, Jerry.
You won't?
I won't stop you. I'm
I'll
gonna let
hold
you.
on. I'll
I'm gonna
hold
let
on
you
to it.
say what you're gonna say.
Go and say it.
Okay. I saw SNL.
And
That's
then
a
I'm
lie.
And then I'm gonna punch you.
Carmen was crossing out my words.
And then I'm gonna punch you.
I saw SNL
Okay.
and Marvel's Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman.
His full name is Chadwick, the finest man alive, Boseman.
He was
I'm
the
gonna
host.
have to disagree with you. He is not the finest.
He sounds
The Rock
so
is still up
suave
there.
as the Black Panther, but in
Had
real
a
life,
picture of the
his-
Rock's butt
he
on
sounds like the
Facebook. There was a
RZA. The y'all
picture,
from the
rear view
RZA from
picture of
Wu
him.
Tang.
The Rock is beautiful.
Oh
my
my
God.
goodness.
His name is Chadwick. He does a suit a favor by wearing it, Boseman.
No. He sounds like RZA from the Wu Tang, and he dresses like he
His
dressed like
name
a
is-
pack of fruit stripe gum.
His
Did you see
name
him?
is Chadwick. I wear what I want to because the ladies love me, Boseman.
See that? See, I can't say nothing wrong about him.
Some of the ladies love him.
His name is Chadwick. Skin like fine chocolate.
And you know he's small. You know he's a short
Oh,
guy.
excuse
I'm
you.
gonna still have to give skin like fine chocolate to Idris
Excuse
Elba.
you.
I can't give it. I can't give it to him. Can you give it to him, Ramona?
Excuse you.
And I feel a little
I can't
hit.
give it to him.
I feel a little hit.
Chadwick, my
Idris.
smile is like sunshine,
Idris.
Boseman.
We're gonna
Yeah.
stick.
I
with-
gotta shoot my shot.
If you saw him, you would be like,
shit.
"Oh, he's so cute." You would pick him up in a little baby. He's
Let me
he's
tell you
5'8".
something. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing wrong with a pocket Negro.
What's
Okay.
What's
Ain't nothing wrong
What's
with
wrong
it.
with
I
5'8"?
think you younger women.
That's a little dude.
Look at men.
That's not a little dude. That's an average height man.
Y'all
No,
are
it's
looking
not.
at
Not
a
somebody
little
about
dude.
being
There's nothing
fine,
wrong with
and I
5'8".
don't always.
Oh,
I thought fine
she
was
like white
important.
men.
No, I don't like white men.
She's a celebrity.
I mean, I have a lot of white friends.
She's a
I'm not
celebrity.
into white men like that.
Okay.
I've dated a
But
couple.
you have.
Shut
See?
up. Just shut up.
See, I
shut
didn't
up.
say nothing. I just said you have.
Anyway, I know that you guys talk about Chadwick being fine. And I remember when I
Carmen.
was younger.
Carmen.
he
I don't
No, no.
think he's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
I do
Yeah,
not
I
think
think
he's
I stand
fine.
corrected.
Chad.
Yes.
When I was younger, I always thought,
Idris.
fine is about looks and stuff. But there are things as you grow older that make men attractive because looks fade.
Yeah, they do.
So there are things.
Denzel's still fine, except for that one picture. That one picture now. That picture, that mean picture. That's that
Okay,
ugly. But
looks can
I,
fade.
I get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
You
I'm
know
saying
who's
there are
fine?
Can I just say
because Gladys
that?
got her face snatched.
She did not. That's a lie. Gladys looks like that, and she got a badass glam squad.
You know who fine to me? Niecy Nash.
Can I tell you something though? Hey,
Niecy Nash is fine.
Chadwick.
Idris. I'm sorry,
Don't-
Chadwick is not.
Shoot your shot.
I'm
He's
just
not
saying-
ugly.
hold-
Don't get me
hold tight.
wrong.
Hey,
He's
baby,
just-
baby girl.
He's just
Hold
around
tight.
the block.
Hold
He's
tight.
just around the corner.
Okay,
type guy.
but hold
okay,
tight,
go ahead.
hold
Go
tight
ahead. Go
real
ahead. Okay.
Ooh, Chadwick, I just want you to know that I really did appreciate
She fought for you, man.
what you had on
She
and
fought for
everything,
you.
and I thought you did a really good job.
On Black Jeopardy, we
On
thought
Black
you were
Jeopardy.
funny.
Girl, you are glowing.
It ain't even cold
I
in here,
agree,
girl.
Chadwick.
It ain't even cold in here.
Hey,
I thought you were funny.
I want to shoot my shot to Niecy Nash. Niecy, if you
why-
get tired of divorcing those preachers and all the
And I just
ministers
wanna
that you
say-
with, and you want to get with a real hood dude, holla at your boy.
don't do that. Don't ever do that.
Cast of the I Dream opera that played the Valentine Theater here in Toledo. They stopped by the Dirty Bird last night and brought your
Man,
whole
you bring
crew.
your stuff local. We talking about
And-
fantasies. You
No,
just
but-
bringing it all home.
No, but this show
But
is going
it's
national.
important.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
I thought
going.
you was
This is
trying
the
to.
Martin Luther. This,
But we throwing
you
like
need to read more.
we out throwing fantasy shots. You up here bringing it home and talking
We're
about.
going to have to go to
No,
a
but
caller
this
in
show, this is
5
where it
minutes.
started. It premiered
Oh,
here.
okay.
Next place it's going is Charlottesville, North Carolina. Anyway, y'all gonna see this show, and the people in this, nobody was acting like they were all that. They were down to earth. They interacted with. They even had some local people
So
in
who
there.
you gonna shoot your shot at? I'm waiting.
Nobody.
For the
I'm just
What?
saying that if everybody that
This
went
is
to
a shoot
the
the
opera,
shot segment.
No, she's
you
a
know what?
celebrity.
If you don't
have to be
celebrate your
open.
own town and talk about the people in your own town, especially when they're going natural.
I need my chance.
Real
Great.
talk. Real
Idris,
talk.
Okay,
if
great.
you want to come by me and James' house for some barbecue,
Oh Lord, I can't.
Listen,
I'm trying to lose weight
I'm willing
for
to
my
take
Gladys
both of you
show.
and James. I'm not like Carmen.
I'm trying to lose weight for
and
my
Daryl,
Gladys
where
show.
I'm just selfish with myself. I'm willing to bring you home for me and James.
Oh.
Now
They-
James don't want to touch you.
Oh.
What
I'm
is this?
Oh.
Well, I don't want my husband to get mad. I can't I would
Oh,
have.
okay.
This doesn't sound good. I
This
must
a
have
whole
misunderstood.
nother show.
Well, you know, Cardi B.
Trust me,
Look,
So-
we will get to an hour show
no,
the next
because when
episode.
Cardi B, she did it
So,
properly. Like
um,
she said, Rihanna. Now I'm not gonna go that way. I know this is what our show about. She said, Rihanna, holla at me, but we knew that was really for
But since
Offset.
you brought
but
her
my,
up, though.
but my husband is not gonna holler at somebody I think is
So,
cute because he ain't gonna do that. You know,
But
dudes
you
don't do
brought
that.
you brought her
Where
up.
did
I
this
saw
come from? So
Cardi
what does
B.
that have to do with you?
Cardi B was the
She's
musical
called by
guest.
herself. She's hollering at dude for
No,
herself.
I wanted to see
She
all
said
the.
she
Listen,
could have brought him over for a barbecue.
you talk about that woman all the time, and I wanted to see what all the hubbub was.
Cardi B?
Cardi B
You
was a
gotta love
musical
her
guest.
come up. You gotta love her come up.
I mean, she all right.
Is she musical?
She ain't no Shaka Khan.
She's
No,
She's a
because that's
rapper,
not her
isn't she?
She's a
genre.
rapper.
She's a rapper.
She has done
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, now
I
she's,
didn't-
I'm
she's
not
okay.
saying she's someone
Can
I
I
look
just
up
say?
at.
Can I just say? She
But I like it.
her personality is so bubbly. I love
You
her.
love her. How can you not like
As
her?
far as her personality, I'm not the hugest fan of her music,
Right.
but
I love-
she has a great story,
She'll
and that's
probably
cool.
have a TV show soon.
I'm
so.
yeah, they do. They have one in
I
the
love
works.
her. I love Beyonce. I love Mariah Carey. Yes.
Okay. Lastly, before
I
we
like
get into
Gladys
some things,
Knight.
because we're going to have a caller in a few minutes. Has anybody watched this show called Sirens? Carmen, you know I'll hit
No,
you
we
to
don't.
stop.
So let's move on.
I have watched Siren.
No kidding. Are you serious?
Do you guys
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think?
She's lying.
I thought it was cool. I
What's it
think-
about?
Now, which sirens are we talking about?
I'm talking about, listen, you know, we already got the vampires, we got the werewolves, we got the zombies. They go into mermaids.
No, that ain't
Sirens.
what. That's not the sirens I'm watching.
It's
I'm
on Freeform.
You're
it's on the
watching a whole nother show. I'm
Yeah.
watching.
With naked
Sirens.
I'm watching Sirens on TNT, which
this is on
which is the show about
There's
the
two shows called
firemen.
Sirens?
Yes, there's a comedy about firemen that was written
I'm offended.
by Dennis. Oh God, what's his
They got 2 shows out with the same name.
Yes, and
doesn't
it's about a
make
gay
sense.
black fireman
See?
and his
See?
partner.
See?
Oh,
See?
finally, we
See?
get to
Who are
the subject matter
hilarious.
way back here.
who are hilarious, and I thought that's the show you were discussing.
No.
Because it
Don't make
actually
me
is
cuss.
related. They are hilarious. It's on Hulu as well. If you get a chance, check it out.
Well,
There's a lot
check
of
out
funny shows.
Sirens.
I
It's
love Mom.
about,
The funny
it's
one.
about,
Have you watched Mom?
it's about mermaids.
Oh my God, Allison.
it's
It's
about
kinda funny.
firemen
I mean, it's kind of scary.
What's yours about?
About a mermaid.
and rescue operators.
So there's 2 shows called Sirens.
Yeah, isn't that
Sirens,
insane?
yes.
But anyway, people, you got to go check out A Quiet Place. Now
I
that
heard
is a
that
movie
was good.
you want to see.
But
that
I
is
don't do
good.
scary movies.
It's not scary, Daryl. It's
don't
just
either.
suspenseful.
It's not
suspenseful.
scary to you because you grew up with watching
he
rated R
frightens
movies all the
easily.
time.
He
I did
frightens
PG.
You
easily.
don't know me, and you don't know my story,
Oh,
buddy.
Lord, there they go.
I know your mama though.
Okay,
You don't know
see,
my-
you
you
know
don't know
what?
shit
You know
about my
what?
mama.
You know
You know
what?
I'm sorry.
Now,
I'm about to sit
Resurrection
back.
Sunday was that
I'm
far
about to-
ago, and I've
I'm
been
about to
working on
scoot-
myself.
I'm about to scoot back. Y'all,
Okay,
hey, y'all saw my mom was in there.
know what?
Yeah,
But go check out and see A Quiet Place. Don't lose your life on Netflix.
Oh,
okay?
Lordy. For those of you tuning in, I know you're changing your
Okay,
channel.
so
A Quiet Place is really good. You got to
so
go see it.
I'm gonna
It's on
allow
something else,
Daryl
though.
like a couple of
And
moments.
please cheer for Cardi
Please.
B. Don't be a hater like.
I'm gonna allow
Daryl.
Daryl a couple of moments to talk about something that doesn't exist.
No.
The national holiday.
It's not a thing.
This one, I was like, wow, this is really
I
really
think
good,
that
beneficial information.
Where did you find it?
Right on the website. Now, if you go to that website, the national holiday website, you have to push
You're
a
not
few
gonna
buttons and
see-
everything.
Where's my
and
phone?
You're not gonna
you know,
see
they're going
any
to talk
of
to
this.
you're going to talk to somebody from Brazil, and they're going to offer you lower credit card
Daryl's
rates.
lying.
But
That's a lie.
today's national holiday is Men.
fake
Stop
news.
taking your mistress to your family home day. I respect
Is this
this.
for pastors or just everybody?
Men, stop taking your mistress to your family home.
Okay.
A lot of people, when they're having a relationship, an affair, they feel so close to this person, and they bring them
Donald
so
Trump.
comfortable, and
You
they
mean,
bring them to their
What's his
family
name?
home.
Like
The
Stormy
other dude,
Daniels?
Yeah. And
don't
they walk
do
past
this.
Melania's bedroom and he
Tiger
goes,
Woods.
It's a relationship killer. It's a relationship
Bill
killer.
Cosby brought him sleepy.
Allegedly.
Like,
Don't.
you're not gonna remember this,
I
baby.
am not going to let you talk about Bill Cosby.
Well,
Where am I?
So
Don't worry about it, girl. Camille. This is Stormy. All right.
Bill Cosby still brought a
see,
lot of
she's
happiness.
not. See, she's not funny.
So
No,
let's-
nobody's laughing
So
but her.
let's get ready.
Where is this holiday celebrated? I need to know.
I'll hook you up.
It's really not.
Cosby Island.
I'm telling you.
So we're in the part of the show where we're going to get into the discussion of our topic today, which is closing the generational gap
we have
on
5
gay
minutes left to cover it.
lifestyles and marriage. And
Daryl's gonna be our expert today.
Well,
Oh my.
I'm gonna go over here, and this goes to Carmen. Carmen, we the guests will come up with topics. Carmen will shoot topics. Erica, but this one everybody's
Really?
involved because Carmen did bring this to my attention. I said when she sent it to me, I was like, I'm never gonna do a gay show.
why?
Don't call it a gay
But
show.
I have
Ultimate
softened.
lifestyle.
I've softened over the years.
Well, here.
So now I'm like, okay,
This
we
is
can
not
do a gay show.
It's not
Here's
a gay
the-
show.
It's
It's
not
not a gay show.
It's an alternate lifestyle.
here's
It's a discussion of an alternate. What are y'all doing?
here's
It's not
here's
a
where I
gay
have
show.
an
Do not
We
issue.
have
do
a
that.
police
You're
or
offending me.
somebody.
Here's where I have an issue. I have an issue when we try to stigmatize
Folks.
the LGBT community.
Yep.
And we don't include them in relationship discussions, and we're not being as inclusive when we talk about things when it comes to family and the dynamics of the family and things like that.
And I'm cool with that.
But it's not cool because they too have family dynamics. They too have loving relationships.
Some better
they
than
too.
the other folks.
Carmen,
And this
I'm not
is
disagreeing
where,
with you, dear.
yeah, and so this is where, in terms of the generation gap, I think there's a spectrum where people look at alternative lifestyles, and I can't even call it that anymore because they're just people, just like you and I.
Well,
And the thing about it being alternative almost it's a connotation of it there being a taboo around a lifestyle choice
Because
or an orientation.
now-
you know what?
You were
problem
kind
that-
enough.
What I've seen in my years, because I grew up, my mother's biggest fan base, my mother was a musician, my mother's biggest fan base was the gay community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But back then, my mama called them sissies, because my mama would be 80
Hey,
something
and
years old.
that's what it is or was.
What I'm saying is, I think the problem, most people, when they meet guys, especially guys, they seem to be a little more tolerant of women. But for some reason, people, because their first thought is what they do sexually, instead of what they do in
Right.
the community,
Right.
how they are as
They're
family
just
people. Because you're right,
people.
they do the same thing.
What
And
they
a-
cook for dinner.
And
Right.
and they had this stereotypical image of folks walking around flaming, going, "Oh, girl, so and so and so."
Yeah.
Well, he's gay. No, he wasn't. He was raised with a bunch of sisters. He has effeminate ways. He's not gay.
Thank
See,
you.
you can't. And then you have the big football player with the little penis, who got all these
Please,
muscles.
we don't want to talk about penis on the show
You just talked about
But that's-
balls.
or balls. I'm sorry.
But that happens
can't
because
even
they
deal.
weight lift a lot and it shrinks it up.
Well,
But what I'm saying is, well,
the
they
law.
couldn't possibly be gay. But in recent years, we've seen gay don't have no particular way of looking.
right.
So when
Well,
you sit up and talk
I
to
know.
folks, you don't know who is and who is not. So you have to watch what you say because until you know, you do the same things with them. You go the same places.
You have no idea.
I've had, as my mom used to call them, bulldaggers, hit on me.
What's a bulldog? No, I don't know.
Jesus.
So
Now,
the thing
but see-
about it too is
They're
when
women
we're-
who like women. Dykes, they call them dykes. See, there's a lot of old terms that they had for folks. But the thing is, I'm not running from them because some of them I went to school with and stuff. But basically, it's like, no, I like men. So we still cool. We can still hang.
Strictly
we can do
dick
whatever. I've been accused of being one
What?
because you know how girls go out. Say we're sitting at a table and he's a guy. Well, he is a guy. You know what I mean?
She said, say he's a guy.
Let me
no.
Say,
Well, you know,
He
you
does
go to
cross
the
his
club.
legs. He crosses
We're at the
legs.
club, right? The three of us, we're sitting there, we're having our cocktail, and a dude slides over and starts talking to me. And one of y'all says, she don't want to talk to you.
Right.
And the next thing he says is, Oh, y'all lesbian?
Oh, God.
Because you spoke up and said,
No,
I don't want to talk
you
to you.
ugly.
Because that's exactly. It couldn't
Right.
be that or that she's just not interested.
Right.
You know, but things like that, you got to be comfortable with folks because we got all kind of people here. We got folks in our families, people in our inner circles. And when people start, well, he's this and he's that. See, that's why
That's labeling.
I love areas where people feel included. I like
Yeah.
areas like the Old West
Yes.
End. I like to go down on Adams Street.
'Cause
Everybody's.
the thing about it is, the stigmas, all they do is close your own world off. When
and
you
make
put-
us more divided.
Right.
That's it.
When you put a stigma on someone else, you basically your narrow-mindedness, you're projecting your narrow mind onto them. Okay? And we don't have life is too short. Life
well,
is much
the
too
biggest
short.
problem with this whole gay thing, when you love folks conditionally, until you say or do something that I don't like.
Right.
When I'm your mother and you come to me and tell me you coming out to me, and I'm like, oh, love, you're gonna have to leave because we can't.
Man, I'm
we
glad
can't
you
roll
pointed
with
at
that.
her and not
You
me.
can't- No, but I'm saying, I'm not, saying anything about anybody. But there have been parents. How can you be a parent, love your child to death today, and then tomorrow when he or she comes out to you, oh no?
All
Because
right,
you
you know
heard
what?
about
If-
young people saying
if-
they had to leave their home.
If y'all
and
want to
stuff.
get raw,
Conditional love is-
Who's getting raw?
I'm gonna get
Conditional
raw,
love is-
He's
and
getting
I want
raw,
you to
yeah.
help me.
He's getting raw,
But I'm
yeah.
gonna go over here first.
He's getting raw.
Okay.
I'm gonna say to Ramona, as I said, this was a joint effort because Ramona said, you need to do a generational show. So I appreciate you for that idea, and Carmen. So we have that. Now I'm gonna get to the facts, and then I'm gonna get raw. The Boston Globe says almost 3 out of 4 millennials support same-sex marriage.
Okay.
Huffington Post says millennials support gay marriage hits an all-time high. I don't know.
I'm not a millennial.
It says
and I believe-
almost. See, they said almost. That's wordplay.
Well,
Meaning that it's
generationally,
2,
hold on.
half.
Well, generationally, what we see is the evolution and growth of people's value systems. I mean, before
And their knowledge.
yeah, and their knowledge. Because before, a lot of times, you weren't exposed to, or people hid their lifestyles and things like that, and you weren't exposed to the fact that, so and so, that Uncle so and so and Uncle so and so were in love as opposed to just friends.
But my favorite thing is when
know.
folks in the church talk about gayness,
Nobody in the
homosexuality
church talks about gayness anymore.
being an abomination or whatever. They're not talking about in their church. They're talking about all the other churches. Okay? I'm just saying.
It happens, and that's the thing about it too. As far as, especially when we're talking about the faith community,
People just need to leave
Here-
people alone.
God doesn't rate a sin from 1 to 10.
Right.
And your homosexuality, if you see that as sinful, if you see homosexuality as sinful, so is adultery, so
people
is
love-
lying,
people
so is
love who
killing,
they
so is
love.
stealing.
God.
And if you believe in a Christ that saves, let that person work out their salvation. That's not your business.
It ain't your call.
Yes.
That's
You
right.
know.
Now, if I may have a moment, I'm just
And you may not.
I'm gonna just.
I feel like you're just taking it, but okay.
My thing
Awesome.
is,
He's so-
I understand that they're gay people, and I understand that
That's a start.
the-
Why don't we have a gay person on this show
that gay
right now?
people
That
that
would have been
they
awesome.
need their rules and regulations. I understand that. Okay, but
What
I need
rules?
to-
What
why?
are you talking about?
I mean that they have to, to accept this and accept that. They're not going anywhere. So I understand that.
is he talking
about?
But
They're not going
what I'm
anywhere?
trying to think is, everybody's not gay.
Okay.
Everybody's not in an interracial relationship.
Okay.
And Hollywood,
He put interracial
every
relationship
show,
with
you
gay
just said the
people
show,
together.
every show has somebody gay, everybody has somebody interracial.
Here's the
This show
point.
does not-
Everybody may not be that, but there are people who are, and they deserve to be included.
They don't have to be included in
Yes,
everything.
they
That's
should.
real life.
Yes, they
Everything?
should.
Every
Yes.
television show.
And can I tell
They're
you
not
why?
on every show.
But
What
can
are
I
you
tell
talking
you?
about?
Can I tell you why they deserve to be included? Because they are people just like
Because
I
they're in
understand
this
that.
world
They're
like
the
we
fabric
live-
of life.
Right.
I understand
And
that.
see, just like when black people couldn't see themselves represented on television,
Right.
just like when all we had to watch was Good Times and
I like Good Times.
And the
And you
Jeffersons.
as a black man could not stand next to a white woman. There had to be somebody in between you, like
Right.
when Nat King Cole had his show.
The
here's
thing
the
about
thing,
it is,
Daryl.
just like those kinds of discrimination, we can't sit back and turn
Daryl's
around
taking
and
us back to the 50s.
Well, no, Daryl, just because it doesn't, the thing is, just because you don't see it on TV doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
It's on TV. It's on
Right.
every episode.
No, it's
It
not
is
on every
not.
episode.
That's an exaggeration.
People have a right to see themselves. That is real. That is real life. When you walk down the street, you know what I get tired of seeing? I get tired when I go to the store, everybody's thin with no stretch marks and perfect bodies. We see the fantasy of how someone else depicting the way they want to see a perfect world. In this world, there are black people, there are gay people, there are fat people, there are people that are interracial, there are all
people
type
with
of
disabilities, there's people with everything.
That is
Nothing
real
is
world.
perfect.
People
You
take
know
one
what
and they
Family
wanna
Guy
make
calls
this-
them?
Makes it perfect.
A beautiful mixed up tomorrow person.
That's a cartoon.
Isn't that insane? But,
That's a
but
cartoon.
Family Guy's still on.
But what's insane about
It's-
what's insane?
That
What's insane?
I have told
That he
you
said that.
when we started this show
Yeah.
that there is a beige and bland agenda, and you always scoff. It's there.
What I'm telling
These
you, no,
people
no, no.
are-
I don't scoff.
Aren't you beige and
let
bland?
me tell you something.
Where do you live
I don't-
at?
I don't scoff at the fact that
You
you're-
live in rural white America. You have children that can't even do the head nod, which is the basic black
I
person.
told you that in confidence.
And-
Say it again, see what happens.
She got confidence. She said it.
Right.
Say it again, see what
No,
happens.
you can't do the basic black man nod. I mean, but you have a right not to. You do not have to live in this country. You do not have to live by a standard or stereotype just because you are a certain race, a certain gender.
And if you don't like
have
it, you can
to.
turn.
Okay,
You can
okay,
turn the
ladies,
channel.
I'm gonna
Thank
confess.
you.
I'm gonna confess.
Because that's an exaggeration.
I'm not gonna
anyway.
say the
Every
name.
show does not
Yeah.
engage.
I'm not gonna say the name. I have a
You check-
family member.
You check white.
I have
instead
a
of black
family
on your
member
thing.
who is extremely.
He checks
I have a
beige.
very close.
Other.
Is
I
that
have
on
a
the
very
census?
close family
On the
Have
member.
that?
census, he checks other.
Okay.
Hold on. He has a close family member. Check this out.
Because I'm not going to say
Okay.
who it is.
What's his
okay,
name?
It's a mom.
very close. We talk once a year.
Okay,
Okay.
it's not his mom.
Did you say
they
very
are
close?
they are gay. Not only are they gay, they are married to another man.
Male or-
Okay.
oh, okay.
Okay.
It has taken
It's definitely
a lot of time, and most of the time I can't even talk about this without crying. I'm saying, but
Why?
but
Why
I
are
told
you
you,
unhappy? Why are you
I told
unhappy?
you,
Is
I
he
told
dead?
you,
Is he
and we
dead?
talked. This
Why are
show is
you-
going to help make us better and other people, so we
No.
got to tell the truth.
But
Yeah.
I think
So
what
I'm
we-
saying,
So-
seeing this, and they're
Hold on.
HIV positive.
Okay.
So when this happened, it was tough for me. Okay, it
Okay.
was.
And we can
It was
understand that.
very tough.
We can understand
and,
that.
Can-
yes, going to the hall and Jehovah's Witness and everything.
Let me
Man,
ask you this.
very hard.
There's no gay Jehovah's Witness?
I'm getting
Are there-
better.
Why
And
would
I
me-
want to
hard?
thank you.
I want to ask you this, and I'm being very real about
Yeah,
this.
because your love shouldn't change when just because somebody.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't understand that.
What made it hard for you
Right.
to
Yeah, that's
accept?
why was he uncomfortable?
What made it hard for you to accept?
Because he didn't like you.
What made it hard?
Yeah.
Why were you uncomfortable if
Wow.
you loved this person and cared about him?
He's probably uncomfortable because you can't do the black
You
man
know what?
head nod.
You know what? When you have a sister or an uncle or what,
Just a
you
relative.
see them as a certain thing. So
You
can,
put them in a gender box. That's what you
when,
did.
okay, and if
You
that
put them in
didn't
a gender
happen,
box.
it kind of.
Was-
I was
wanna hear your
there,
process.
and I looked
I
at
wanna
it.
hear-
I looked at it like
You had gender limited them.
I didn't see this.
I want to
How
hear
did
your
this? How did this happen?
Did
There
he
are
come-
other people.
Did
They
he
didn't
come
see
out?
this. They
Did
didn't
he come
know
out
this.
to the family or something?
So-
In my book
Yeah.
that is this thick, I'm still sane but crazier than ever. I have something in here
And I
called
did-
"Why Do You Have to Be Gay?" And I'm talking about that person.
And I read that, and that part was pretty deep, and it sounded like it was something that you went through for a while with that.
Still
but at
going
the same
through, apparently.
time, I wonder, what would you have thought, if you were put in that person's shoes, relating to someone who had an issue with their lifestyle like you, especially when the onus of the homosexuality and top that with AIDS. How would you have felt if you were that person?
HIV positive.
Carmen,
And then
you know, me growing up the way that I grew up, I don't believe that homosexuals are created. I believe that they're made. Now, with that being said,
okay,
with this person that I'm talking about, they acted like that when they was a child.
okay,
I just didn't want to.
acknowledge.
Accepted and
You know what I'm
believed
saying?
it, Yeah.
So does that change your perception of how you see the spectrum of sexuality?
A little bit, but then here, I'm like, okay, with this HIV and the AIDS stuff, even if you say, well, you know what, I ain't gonna be gay no more, I was just going through a stage, boom, now you got HIV. But
straight
there's
people have that.
heterosexual have that too.
Right. I was gonna say,
and when it comes to my children, I'm straight up.
What?
Be careful here.
If your son came to you or your daughter and said,
When
"Dad,
my
I'm coming
son
out."
was born, and this is my firstborn,
Right.
Yeah.
and I love, I ain't never had a child before,
Right.
Yeah.
and this person is very close to me, and they said, "Let me hold your baby." It was a very awkward feeling at that time. I've grown.
Because
Okay,
you thought your baby was gonna get AIDS.
I've grown.
But I
That's
want to.
good that you can acknowledge that you've grown.
I want you to know that is a great thing that you have grown from that place. My question to you is, where is your love for that person today?
Exactly.
What do you feel, and what do you think in terms of how you relate? Because I know, it's as close as you are. How does that work with your relationship today?
It's getting better. And this show has definitely helped. Why did I say I would never do a gay show? Because I have a concern. Okay,
We're not doing a gay show. We're having a
that's
conversation about the
and
LGBT
by me
life.
by this doing this show, it is helping me, and it's showing growth because of you. And I
I'll share
appreciate
this
it.
with you guys too.
Okay,
Go
I
ahead.
just want to say this. First of all, this is a very, very difficult subject for a lot of reasons, for most people. The one thing, though, that is missing from this conversation is someone who actually is gay.
Right.
Because they have
The voices.
some stuff that we don't even know.
Exactly.
They have ways of expressing things that we have no idea of
Right.
because we're not that way.
Right.
All we do is love them and feel them, and people have different reactions to folks coming
Right.
out or whatever. But true love is not conditional. It's
Exactly.
unconditional. You might not like it, you might be unhappy. My biggest fear would be that someone would hurt my gay child, because there's some crazy people out here, and think about, we're talking about gay folks, think about being a transsexual. That's a whole nother world. See, there's different
Exactly.
aspects of this community
Exactly.
that we can't even really talk about with any real knowledge because we're straight.
I
guess.
And exactly, that's
I don't really know any of you that
Stop
well,
playing.
so I'm just saying.
You know what?
What I agree, I completely agree with you.
Thank you for bringing some laughter.
I completely agree with you. And the one thing that we would hope to be, especially for people that we love, is advocates. Just like,
And educators, because some folks.
yeah, because I'll be honest, I don't always know the right things to say, or what is acceptable in terms of,
What's proper and all that because
Right.
you don't want to hurt anybody, you don't want to speak out
Right.
of turn.
But you're very open-minded, though.
absolutely, because
we're in
people
show
are who
business.
they are.
Guess
because
what?
they are who they are.
The other thing is when you're in show, look, we're almost gay people in the arts, okay? Because look in the theater. Look in the theater, how many people, because it's like you're accepted because people play so many roles and things anyway. And it's all about what you can do. It's not
Artistic
about who you
expression.
love. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about show business.
I like the freedom too.
Exactly,
I like
because
people
people
who
are
free to be who
tolerant.
they
They're
are.
more tolerant, and no matter what your deal is, folks are like, they welcome you with open arms because show people and people who are artistic and stuff are always, labeled in different ways anyway. But your feelings about, is this person a close relative or?
I'll
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well,
I'll
you
share.
have to think as you get closer to the end, you can't let stuff like that.
That's
somehow
right, life
you
is
need
too
to
short.
sit
Life
down.
is
you know
too
what?
short.
You have to
Why
talk
do
to
I
them.
have to make the change?
No, I'm not saying. No, because you're the one uncomfortable.
If-
Is
if-
he uncomfortable with you? Because you're
If
straight?
if I'm the one, why am I made to feel like I'm the one that has a problem?
That's
if
your
they're
reaction. That's your reaction
Because-
to him. He didn't do anything, but if I say you, okay, I'm gay.
That's
Your
exactly.
reaction to me saying that
That's-
is what puts the distance between us. Have you ever sat down with him and told him like you're talking to us now? Have you ever sat down and say, I feel some kind of way, and I just got to be honest because I love you, and maybe you can help me
we
get
have
over this.
talked, but I tell you what, I'm not going to be the one doing all the phone calls.
Well, here.
You're going to call me. It's going to be a mutual thing because
And that's fine, but at the same
we're going to have to
time-
meet in the middle. You respect me, I'll respect you.
But have you pushed him away to the point where maybe he doesn't?
Maybe
feel
he's not
calling
comfortable
you?
anymore.
Nobody said it was a he.
Whatever, whoever it is.
Well, then it's a lesbian.
Harris-
Women aren't gay;
Somebody's
they're
calling.
lesbians.
Somebody's called.
We
Yeah,
gotta-
said
we-
it. That's
we
why
gotta
we thought we
call
were
her
talking
on.
about a man. So
Right.
He said you got.
Men are gay, women are lesbians. Get your
No
terminology
okay,
down.
Okay, well, it's a guy. Dang.
Yeah.
Get your
Well,
terminology down.
It's
You're
a
not
guy
being
who's a
respectful.
lesbian. Now,
Do we
okay.
have, do we have a caller?
We
Yeah,
got
he
a caller
said you had a
on.
call. He told her that a half hour ago.
Alrighty.
Caller, you there?
Are they gay?
Yeah, I just called in though. So I got to listen.
Hi,
to that.
caller. How are you?
How are you?
Who do we have on the line?
Fine, fine.
Who?
My name's L.A. Davis.
Hi, how are you?
What's your name? Oh, I'm sorry. Where are you calling from?
Right.
L.A.?
I'm in Central Florida right now, like Lakeland, Florida, which is in between Tampa and Orlando.
Wow. See, I told you we got a worldwide audience. Worldwide. Now, tell us about yourself briefly.
Well, I'm a podcaster myself. I do a podcast called It's My House 5 days a weekend. Although I mostly live in Florida, but I do quite a bit of traveling. I'm a land developer.
Nice.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for contacting us and calling in. I really appreciate that. Today's show is closing the generational gap on the gay lifestyle and marriage. Based on that, we have a few questions for you. We've been getting into it, okay? And I feel like the old man who's telling people to get off their lawn, But do you think that we should be more accepting of things nowadays?
Accepting of what?
You can't control anybody. My opinion is you can't control anybody but yourself.
Exactly.
Even in a heterosexual relationship. Me personally, I got to the point some years ago where I'm not even concerned if my partner might be cheating or who they might be seeing or who's calling the house, because I can't control. Only person I can control on this planet is me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I reach that point, that I'm free. So
I don't know. My mama controlled me when I was a
can't
kid.
control other people.
So, when we're talking about the generational gap and how we look at the gay lifestyle or gay marriage differently, can you tell us, okay, first of all, how old are you and what are your views on alternative lifestyles, or shall we say the LGBT community?
I'm 60, and everything that what's alternative? Everything
Exactly.
what the internet has done is basically made visible, which has been around for thousands of years.
Yep.
I told you
That's
that.
all it's done.
I told her that on the last episode.
Other than the
The internet
exception
is the
of,
devil.
with modern technology, you got your transgender thing. But people that were thinking transgender, existed 5,000 years ago anyway.
Right.
So now it's just
5,000?
that
Oh yeah, they had lady boys in Pompeii, honey.
5,000.
So what I'm saying is there a difference? Do you think that there's a difference in terms of how different age groups relate to, or even come to view the LGBT community, whether they support them? For example, it wasn't as acceptable 30, 40 years ago to be out and proud. Why do you think that's changed?
Well, once again, with the technology, television,
TV,
radio,
yeah,
internet,
all of that.
it is more visible, so which helps it make it more socially acceptable. And then
Because
with
it's
the
on every
LGBT
television
crowd,
show.
That's not right, Daryl. Stop it.
It's on
They
every. Go
It's
on.
not.
they have political power.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Tried to
So
shut
they're
down
able to
Chick-fil-A.
bankroll.
Quite a Daryl.
They're able to bankroll their agenda.
Yeah, and Ramona was saying
So
that
gay
they
people are
have
walking around with an agenda.
wealth
They
as
have
well.
wealth too, because and remember, there's a lot of people that are gay that we don't even know are gay. So when everybody's worried about who is and who isn't, that's ridiculous. And I told you, I'm almost 70. I welcome everybody because a lot of folks have welcomed me.
That's because you're a
Exactly.
celebrity.
That
Well,
has
the-
nothing to do with
The
it.
thing also too, when you
You're a
talk
celebrity.
You do get treated differently.
when you talk about
I saw it.
when you talk about
You were treated very differently when we
when
were
you talk
together
about
Saturday.
wealth, when you talk about
Get treated
a
differently.
voting block, you're talking about power in policy, the power to change policy. So one of the places that this made me think of was the fight for gay marriage. That took a lot less time than, for example, DACA or some other
Gun
things
rights.
and gun rights and things like that, because there's a voting block, a solid voting block, and a solid pool of wealth behind that movement.
I'm gonna disagree.
Yeah,
with you
because
guys.
black
No,
people, it seems
no,
like all they do is complain.
No,
and gay people, they get it done.
No,
they get it done.
The difference is
And ain't
that
no
just
black
like
people gay,
no,
huh?
because Martin Luther King did.
I'm talking about the black agenda and the
Daryl,
gay agenda.
shut up.
The
Shut
black agenda
up,
doesn't even
Daryl.
exist anymore. The gay agenda has just wiped us completely
quit
out.
labeling agenda.
not-
That's a movement.
That's
First
not
of
what
all,
That
I
doesn't
was
even
saying.
make
First
sense.
of
That's
all,
not what I was saying.
First
No,
of all,
that's
Mr.
not what I was saying at
Ignorant.
all.
First of all, Mr. Ignorant, it's not an
Your
agenda.
mama
It's
is
a
ignorant.
movement. It's a movement. Number one.
That's your
Second
wordage.
of all,
That's
the
your
reason why
wordage.
DACA is not getting anywhere, and the reason why when she was talking about gun control is not getting anywhere, because you have money against that
Big
movement.
money.
Big money against it. That's number one. Number two is that the people trying to move that movement, it's hard to get an agenda moving because most of what's happening with DACA and that are young children that are
They don't have lobby power.
They don't have lobby power yet. So
But
you
most
had
people in this country want them to stay because they came here
Right.
through no fault of their own.
Well, let me finish. So when you talk about
Okay, baby.
what she said, I love
I
her.
told
Mom.
you, she's the troublemaker.
No, I'm
It's
not in
me.
trouble. What I'm saying, it took blacks and gay rights took them decades for them to get to the position where they were, and they had to put people in position of power.
Right.
They voted people in to be able to have that voice. It wasn't
Right.
just money. Okay, wealth don't get you nothing if you're not in there making the power. What's changed is something called the Koch brothers, who are in changing
And the
things.
Mercer
So
family.
they're
Now
in
we
there-
got to get to the caller. though,
Okay,
but
but what
you're
I'm
really
gonna say,
over gesturing.
I am not over. Because I'm getting
I mean,
Okay,
too many
so-
gestures.
you called it an agenda and it's a movement.
It's too many
And then you're
gestures.
calling it a gay
So-
show and it's not a gay show. Oh, you're making me so mad right now. I'm trying to let Carmen take the wheel, but you're gonna make me scratch you
Well,
up
let
in
her-
here.
So what
Go
I
on, Carmen. Go.
Let her put
Oh,
her
let me use your
hand on
arm because you're making me so. You know I'm over here seething,
Caller,
girl.
you there, right?
I'm sorry, caller. You're
think
just
he
making
hung
me
up.
so
I
mad.
think he hung up.
Did we lose the caller?
Ramona said he hung up.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Thank
caller.
you.
I'm very
Mr.
sorry.
Davis,
you.
she must be a saint.
Let's use the right words here,
Thank
people.
you so much.
Let me
Never
get Malcolm
been
X
involved
Martin
in
Luther King up in
anything
this
like
room.
that.
Lastly, I would just
Go
like.
ahead, Carmen, I'm
I
sorry.
would love to get your take on what you see. on what you see would be the next step towards making
movement.
people more comfortable with the LGBT community in every aspect.
Look at these
Just
good
like
words.
Daryl says that they're all over TV, and
He calls
Which
them
is
those
an
people.
exaggeration.
Those
which
people.
is which
not
is
an
an
exaggeration.
exaggeration.
Serious exaggeration.
But at the
They're
same
not
time,
on Fox News at
You
all.
show me a show that don't have a gay
But the
person or an
thing-
interracial
News.
couple,
So-
and I'm gonna show you a show that's gonna
Anything
get
on Fox
canceled.
News.
But
Or
that's
just-
how the world looks, and people want to see themselves on TV.
what do you think would be the
Your
next?
cousin want to see something.
What do you think would be the next step for further acceptance?
So,
Getting people on your lawn. How we gonna
the
get
next
people on your
step-
lawn?
the next step for anybody, LGBT, racial,
Q.
or whatever, is in the United States, we're basically self-segregated to a high degree. Most people live in very small comfort zones. They eat the same foods. They really don't travel a lot. They don't have multicultural friends
Right.
or friends who have a different sexual orientation. And when it comes to sexual orientation, there's more sexual lifestyles than Baskin Robbins has flavors of ice cream.
Exactly.
But so most people just live in a very small world. So in order for it to be more acceptance, in my opinion, essentially you need to diversify the friends that you have on a personal level.
Get out more.
Get out more. That's right. You got to get out more. You got to get out more.
Those people
What
live
if-
in
what if you-
Mississippi.
what
These
if
are
you-
talking about
what if
people
you
from
don't wanna get out?
Mississippi.
What if
These
you
people
don't wanna
live
get
in
out?
Mississippi and
Ain't
Alabama.
no gay
These aren't
people
If
people
you
in
don't
there.
want to get out, you don't get out. You got
There
that.
you go.
In
It's
Mississippi,
your
though,
choice.
talk to other people.
Most people already, like I say, live in a small
Where?
comfort zone.
No, that's not
Vacuum.
true. That's not true.
Well, I would.
It is. I do live
want
in
to
it. He's
thank.
talking about
That's
me.
true. In
He's
Mississippi,
talking about me.
Where
I
Daryl
do
lives,
live in a
come
small
on.
comfort
Well,
zone.
see,
I do want to
situations
thank
like that.
you. I do want to thank you for being a part of the conversation. Where can people find out about your podcast and more of your efforts?
in a small circle. In a very small circle.
I do blog talk from Monday through Friday mostly, sometimes weekends. The podcast is titled It's My House. I've done probably over 1,000 of those. And
Oh wow!
over the last 4 years, and we cover things from generational wealth gentrification,
All right.
to
Interesting
even
subjects.
trending topics. Today we covered the Me Too movement and
Wow.
Bill Cosby because he's on us.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see,
Back
got
and
Bill
forth.
Cosby. I love
Lord.
it. Bill Cosby, go
I'm gonna
ahead.
need y'all
Wow,
to stop
awesome,
talking about
All
awesome.
right, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank
we
you for
appreciate
calling
your
in.
input.
Thanks for being fun.
You have a good week, Mr. Davis. Thank you so much.
And I want you
you.
to get out more. Get
Take
out.
care. No, he's talking about me.
Daryl,
He's saying
and
you
that's-
have people, and no, I don't get out like you, Erica. I don't have glitter. I have a little bit of
did
glitter.
say you
on.
had glitter.
Y'all talking
But-
about gay people. There are people that don't even have no black folks around.
That's exactly right.
Like Daryl?
Right.
Well, I'm
That's
saying.
right.
Have you been to
there are
Daryl's house?
pockets-
And people-
You've
there
been
are
to Daryl's
pockets
house.
throughout-
Have you been to
yes, I
Daryl's
have.
house? How many black people
For
are there?
example-
Let's just all be honest.
There are black people there.
There ain't no
Nene,
black people there.
my wife.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Carmen, is he
My
lying?
two
We
kids.
ain't even making this
example-
up for this podcast. This
For,
is true.
for example,
But we're talking
and that's
about
that.
gay
Yeah.
people.
Well,
And
here's,
we got places where we don't even live. Folks can't even get used to us. We ain't even where we should be.
I am.
that is
My
a place
neighbors-
where I do think that we do.
I get out. I get in the pockets, baby.
and
I do
that's
too.
the thing. You got to.
I'm not
to have,
okay with being around everyone that looks like I like it sometimes because you know when that Tupac song come on, you be like, when I say two, you say Pac. You got to be there with your people because you be like, ah.
No, I don't want to be there. I
But
leave.
sometimes when
I
they be
leave
like,
when that
hang
comes
on,
on.
Snoopy, hang on, then I got to be with my other people because see, like me, you know, because I'm by both sides, I got to bring it up. So you know,
In that
sometimes
regard, you got to be. You're talking about being versatile, no matter where
Yes,
you are.
I am.
Because there have been many times where I've been the only black person. So,
But then when you went down, what's the little bar they closed downtown, the gay bar downtown Toledo when they
Brett's.
closed it? Oh, when you go down to Brett's store and they come out there and you had to do that little stuff too, you had to be able to do that little whoop. See, I don't care wherever I'm at, I'm gonna have fun. I don't
what I'm
care
saying.
what
That's right.
color you
Just-
are. I
you
want to know
gotta
the songs.
just-
What's the taglines I
that
gotta
is-
know?
You,
That
you
that
are,
is the-
you are
that-
very
that's
urban.
the-
You're
I'm very
urban.
urban.
You're very
No,
urban.
I
But go on,
love
dear.
people. I love
and
people.
that's the key.
I love
having
people.
having versatile experiences with a diverse group of people.
love people.
The more you expose yourself to new things, the more comfortable you become
Yes.
in the world around you.
I don't care what color you are, what culture you are. We all go. Everybody
Well-
sings. Everybody has fun.
But this conversation would have totally gone different if we had a person who was gay.
I believe
I
that.
agree with that.
I think that-
Anybody from the LGBT.
and you know what?
because first of all, this table would have been off the hook. We would have had some wine.
You
it would
know-
have been pretty.
You
it
know
would have
what?
been fun.
I will say this, Gerald, if it's okay with you, I would love to invite someone from the LGBT community
woman,
to
I know
continue,
tons of them.
to continue
My
the
girl,
conversation.
I don't-
Mendoza's
My boy
daughter.
Jim
I
Hood.
love that.
There
My
are
boy
people,
Jim Hood.
Our
a male and
our
a female,
largest,
just different perspectives.
our
My daughter
largest
has
show
several
was the,
friends
was the,
who are.
was the black why are black people so religious? And we basically
Why
did a
are
part
they?
2 to that. I would love to do a part 2 of that.
And
This
I
would be
can,
awesome.
I can bring some young kids. Two of my daughter's best friends.
And see, that's
LGBTQ.
where
and
that's
if we
where
could do it on
we're
a day where Erica's not here, that would be like
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Because their perspective is different than
It
older
very
people who
much-
are gay.
and that's part of
because
the
young
generational
people are
piece.
being more forthcoming
Do
with
you know
their.
what Twigger is? It's a Twiggy or whatever. Is a
that's
really,
part of the real.
Oh, you want me to eat peppermints now? I can't stand you, Daryl. Get away from
And
me.
I
part of
love
the-
these things.
That's part of the generational
really want me to
piece
shut up?
of this conversation.
And they're more
it just-
accepting,
they deserve
and,
their
and
voice.
that's why a lot of them are homeless because their parents are throwing them out of their homes. That's why you have the youth
And they're
hostels
people.
for gay kids
and they're
and stuff.
beautiful
House.
people.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
You know,
I
people use
remember-
the word gay as a broad thing instead of having to say LGBTQ
They actually want to be
and all that.
They
all
actually
at
like
once.
to be called queer, and I did not know
I
that.
never liked that
Yeah.
word. Though.
No, that's
I
what,
know they do, but I
because
never.
when I
But
went
that's
into
a-
a conference,
that's a
Because that used to,
specific-
for the older ones, that was
That
an
was
insult.
weird.
That was
But-
an
But
insult.
there's also a specific distinction that goes along
That's
with
from
being
Cali.
queer.
Cali,
with being
that's the
queer.
Cali thing.
It's not. It's not just
Right.
It's not just a homosexual thing. There is
Right.
a specific distinction.
It's
that
like
goes
us
along
using the
with being
N-word.
queer.
Like,
Now we're
You
gonna
got
have to
N-word.
we're gonna have to tie this up. But,
Okay.
and I hate to, Erica. You and I are getting closer, but Carmen and I are close. So when I refer to her, I'm not excluding you.
I think you are,
But-
but I'm gonna just take it anyway.
Carmen.
If you don't like light skinned people,
I'm gonna say this.
because you brown skinned like him.
Right or wrong, I want to thank you on air for bringing a lot of things to the surface that I think have made me a more well-rounded person.
But not me because I'm light skinned.
Erica, you have done some things,
I did so
but
bad.
Carmen laid the groundwork.
I appreciate that. I just want to
I might as well be
let
gay.
you know that even though, at the very beginning of this particular journey when we started the show together,
When I wasn't
I
here.
know that you looked at things from
Different
a different perspective, and that's what the show is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about opening people's eyes to other people's perspectives.
And Educating folks.
and
yeah.
educating people.
Well,
And it's fun and always fun
absolutely.
when we do it together.
So
It's-
we're gonna, for time restraints, we're gonna have to move. Is that cool? Everybody
That's fine.
made their points?
absolutely.
Yep.
So we're gonna do a part 2 of this.
Yep.
Okay,
I agree.
awesome.
So it is time for Daryl's apology. This is the portion of the
You
show
can
where he.
start
Which
with
will
me.
take about a
Negro.
half an
Sorry
hour because he has so much to apologize for.
can
So
start
we've
with
got
his friend
15
Erica.
minutes.
I thought I was gonna have to change the apology to apologize to Ramona
Uh-oh.
for her getting mad at me, but we ain't had no problem.
No, we're
Not
good.
today.
We're
Now,
You know what? This is good, and it's a first.
wow.
I know, right?
Because most of the time she hears, she
Right,
takes
right.
her headphones off and leaves.
I don't know what I'm doing here with you people.
But
I'm
now,
doing here with you people.
I want to apologize to the 50 people. I was stuck in a crowded room for hours during jury duty. I was only black.
You felt at home, didn't you?
I brought a book, and I read that book twice. I didn't want to have any small talk with anybody.
Oh wow.
I'm not that
You're
kind of
that
guy.
guy. You are the standoffish in the corner
Aloof.
guy.
And trust me, they was
Aloof.
looking at they were so desperate to talk. They were like looking.
Aloof.
Like, God.
What's
'Cause
that
they
you're
didn't-
reading
What's he
there?
They didn't bring nothing.
What's he
They
reading?
didn't bring nothing. They sit up in this room for 2 hours. Just
So
like
the
looking
women
around.
weren't
So
like,
nobody
ooh.
was talking
So when
to
the
you.
woman
And you
like, ooh, that's
can't-
the guy
you
with
can't
the
have your phone.
podcast show. Ooh, that's him, girl.
You can't have your phone in there, right?
Oh.
No, you cannot.
That's the thing.
No,
Because
you
most
see the
people,
news.
most people are
No.
like,
Nobody
That's why
knew
they
who he
didn't know what
was.
to do.
My
because
wife,
Exactly.
what do you do?
my wife said, I said, she said she took a book. So I had a briefcase with 3 books in there. She said, you can't take that in there.
How
I
many
was like,
numbers
well, how
you
did
get,
you
Daryl?
take a book?
How many numbers you get?
Honestly, I didn't talk.
lying.
I didn't talk.
didn't get
One
it.
person tried to do the little small talk. So, how was your weekend? You have any dogs? No, I don't have any dogs. I'm black.
okay,
You'll
stop
be
that.
rude.
Stop doing
Black
that.
people
Don't
have
do that.
Oh,
Okay,
he did not. He did not do that.
I'm not a part
So
of that.
that's
part.
not like a real apology because that was
I want
so
to apologize.
backhanded.
Yeah, I want to apologize to the people that I was maybe a little. I won't say
Need
rude.
some more peppermint.
Short,
Standoffish.
you was short with because if somebody tried to greet you and be friendly, you could have said,
I'm not.
fine,
I'm
thank
not
you.
gonna have no small talk with you
Daryl.
Ramona, for 2 hours.
So, okay.
Daryl Kanye West.
So,
McCullough.
Erica, we are right at the fitness minute.
Oh, yeah.
Hook it up, girl.
So Giovanna Boudreau, who is the blogger and the founder of Fit Girls.
And very
Hi.
pregnant. Very
I didn't
pregnant.
know she. Well, can you just say she's expecting? Why she gotta be very pregnant?
I think
you are
she-
so
I think
sexist.
she might
She
be
said
overdue.
she's overdue.
I think she might be
past her
overdue.
due date.
Okay.
Well,
can you
here's
say she's
hoping,
past her
girl.
due date?
Any day now.
Yes. Good luck,
Goodbye, my
Giovanna.
love. Remember that song? Any day now.
I don't remember.
Now,
Oh, you
Daryl,
talking
Gene
about,
Chandler.
Daryl, you're making us
Any
run
day
way
now.
Oh,
over.
that
my
was
fault.
Okay.
Dude Jackson.
So we're gonna start, Giovanna. We know what you're expecting any day. You're not very pregnant. So we hope you have the baby very soon. Sorry, Daryl, gotta bring that. Those of you who are looking for encouragement while getting fit and would like to purchase some really cool workout clothes while working to get fit, please visit Giovanna at www.fitfitgirls.com as well as all you major social media sites.
All right.
And we are looking for sponsors for Erica's section here. Why do you always put that in bold, really big letters?
First of all, you are on television, and you're nothing but the anchor man. You will read whatever is on that piece of paper.
I want to know why you always say we're looking for sponsors for Erica's section. It doesn't
Okay,
say that
I'll
for Carmen's
fix it,
section.
Erica.
It doesn't say that for
It
your
doesn't say
section.
anything
My
for my
daughter.
section.
Your section
To
is
be
blank.
fair.
My daughter texted me the other day. Erica's on television. Erica's on television. I was like, it's not a big deal.
It is a big deal, dude.
She's not that important.
I
Oh,
am.
God. Why are you stop?
And I'm
That's
attacked
not
on
nice.
this
No,
show
I'm
daily.
very proud of you.
I'm
That's
attacked
so
on
not
this show
nice,
daily.
right?
Eric is cracking up back there.
Very, very proud of you. Very
I'm
proud
sure
of you.
some of
But-
you
but-
are wondering why I even came here today because these people are
But for
obviously
you to be on television, you need to. You're too urban.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
girl.
so back to her fitness minute, though.
Thank you. So we had someone to send in, and again, we're always looking for sponsors to ask a question. Why do I have to work out? Because I know that I can lose weight by just eating right. So let me give you this quick analogy. You absolutely can lose weight by just eating right.
Or starving.
Right. Or who said that? Was that you?
I eat Ruffles
Who
every
said
night.
or starving?
People that don't eat anything lose weight, but the stuff ain't,
You guys
it ain't
are
toned.
again ruining my fitness minute. This is
Oh,
why
I'm
you do
sorry.
fitness minute alone.
I'm sorry.
This is not the anorexic moment. This
I'm
is the
sorry.
fitness minute.
Okay.
I was like, who said that? Okay, let's get back to it.
Just a point I wanted to make. That's all.
So, yes, you can, friends of Jesus. So, but this is it. Think of yourself. You know those little eggs I used to have that you stack inside and you would get them. That's what will happen with you. You won't change your shape. You'll just become a smaller little egg. You'll be that big egg and you become the next egg. And
So if you're built like SpongeBob and you stop eating, you'll just be built like a smaller SpongeBob.
That is the best analogy. The only thing, so you will lose weight. The only thing you can do to change your shape is working out. So think of
it as moving things around.
Okay, this is really getting weird right now. But stick with me, your fitness expert, as I go into how to do this. You really want to go into working out because it's going to reshape your muscles.
Things around.
She's over gesturing. It's just way too much gesturing.
Would you stop? I'm not gesturing.
You're on TV.
Oh my God.
Look at those
So
dimples.
go ahead, keep
Look
going,
at
girl.
those dimples.
I know. I'm concerned because I thought it was moving stuff around.
They don't, you guys, they don't appreciate me at all. Can you tell? They're just making fun of my moment. So think of eating like baking a cake. You know, this is the foundation. This is what you're doing right now. The eating is where you lose weight. This is the weight loss. What you put in your body is nutrition basis where you're going to lose the weight. But the working out is the frosting. This is what is going to shape over the top.
And keep in mind that the cake is fat.
You know I'm going to laugh when you say frosting.
cake-
You know that. That's an inside joke.
I give up.
The cake,
Look, guys.
the cake that she talked about is fattening. Keep that in mind too.
I'm trying to give great food. People like food analogies. You guys, so yes.
But it's fattening. Just keep that in mind.
Make sure you want to work out. You want to work out no matter what. You want to change your shape and not just lose the weight. This is your
Didn't I
fitness
say
matter.
move things around, change your shape?
Right.
Hello?
Listen to Erica White.
Did I say that?
We love it.
Never do
So-
fitness with your friends also. That's another good thing
So
to know.
what has everybody got going on this weekend? What's everybody got going on this weekend?
What's going on this week? Oh my God. My usual meetings. I belong to a lot of different organizations and stuff. Friday night. Is it Friday or Saturday? It's the
Shriners.
13th. 13th is Friday.
Friday.
I'll be at the pub. I'll be doing my Ramona Collins Off the Track show, which is a lot of fun. And
Is that the one where you use the pole and you rock around?
No, I do that on Sundays.
Okay, that's the Sunday
Church.
thing.
Are you doing radio? Are you doing radio?
I'm not doing radio now. I'm thinking about going back and starting to do an hour show like I used to on WXTS.
I would love that because
But,
you have a beautiful voice and you got
And
a lot
now
of
they
insight.
now they have an elevator. We used to run up those stairs. It was crazy. But I'm just trying to stay relevant out here in these streets.
Hey, in these streets, I
In
love
these
it.
streets. It's rough out here in these streets.
Erica, what have you got going on?
Well, this weekend I am actually starting a home workout video, so I'll be starting to film that, and that'll be on my website.
Hope they got a big camera.
Here you go. Here he goes.
You know what, Daryl? I just cannot. You missed me, didn't you? Because you
He
ain't
did.
got
I did.
nobody
I
to
did
put them
miss
cracks
you.
He
on.
did.
Have a
He did.
punching bag. He didn't have a punching bag. That's
I know
all.
he can come with me.
No,
And,
I've been checking out your videos, both you and Carmen. So go on.
okay, but I am
She's
going to be
everywhere.
coming out with
She's
some
all
home,
over the internet.
some home workouts, but I'm doing them in a way for people that are low income because I think one of the problems with home workouts is we don't show people how to do things with things, not
They
stupid
got it
things
home,
like
yeah.
cans. Don't nobody want to work out with no
Yeah,
cans.
no.
All right, no. I'm
But
going to show
things you can do around the home without going and having to go outside and have to
have
spend a lot of money
real
and all
home
that.
gym with a couple
Yeah.
of objects, and then a couple of pieces of equipment, and then also I can't release it yet, but I have a huge anchor store that I'm going to start shooting videos in.
Nice.
I can't release that right now.
Why can't you tell us?
Because I can't put that on the air. Once I get, it's like me saying I'm gonna get $1 million. If I get
know,
$1
I'm
million, I
teasing
can't
you.
give it out to y'all, okay?
I'm teasing
Right.
you.
Once I get the $1 million, I'll let y'all know.
That's awesome.
So pretty soon, so you Daryl can respect his
Congratulations.
girl.
Daryl, have you
I
got
got
anything new going on?
Nope, moving on. Kind of what you got going on?
I'm gonna be watching something on Netflix.
What's new? You know what you need to be doing? Hold on, let me tell you what you need to do this weekend. You need to be
Hulu.
practicing this. Okay, this is what you need to practice.
Well,
Black man head nod.
It's not this weekend, but
Ow.
next weekend, I will be doing the mixed weekend for the Arts Commission, the Toledo Arts Commission.
What
I'll
color's
be
the hair
playing-
gonna be? What color's hair gonna be?
I am not sure yet, but
So I came in today in his braids. I'm like, where's the-
coming with springtime. I'm gonna come for springtime fab for it. So, if you guys want to see,
I'll be there.
Yes,
I'll be there. I'm on the Arts Commission board, so I'll be there.
yes. So, if you guys want to see us, come check us out on the 20th of April down at the mixed weekend.
Awesome. You
gonna
got an
be a-
arts button. Can I touch your button?
No, you
Don't
cannot.
do that.
Actually,
Me too.
I brought you all some buttons so you can
Oh,
support
thank
the
you.
arts because
where-
you need to.
That's so awesome.
Where is this art with the Arts
gonna be in
Commission?
down at
April
the-
20th.
That's
Where?
Ford Industry
Yeah,
Square.
the old Ford Industry Square. Yeah.
Wow.
Industry Square.
Yep.
Where's that at?
Downtown, right there on the water.
Right there across
Man,
from
you
the.
pulling out a lot of stuff in your purse. It's like a 22 is about to come up out
Look,
of
she
there.
got some zigzags and some ripple.
See there, we want to thank everybody for helping us to achieve almost 800 likes on our Facebook page and over 200 subscribers to our YouTube
that's great.
channel. So everyone, please keep sharing our posts with your family and friends. Also, like and subscribe to and review our show on iTunes. If you give us a 4.0 or a 5.0 star review, we will announce your name during the show like Daryl.
Ow, this thing went right in my nipple head.
Please don't forget to
Ow.
check out our sponsor, Three Kings Clothing. Oh, that's the way it
Holding it
goes.
upside
Upside down. Okay, please don't forget to check out our sponsors, Three Kings Clothing. You can always visit us at the www.fullcirclepodcastshow.com, and all our info is there, including ordering my CD, Daryl's latest books, and eventually the workout videos.
My book is thick.
Erica, okay.
Nasty ass.
You can also email us at fullcirclepodcastshow@gmail.com for questions, comments, or if you want to be a guest on the show or even a sponsor for an episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. Thank you, and remember, take a stand for something. You have an opinion?
Use it.
Good night, everybody.
Crime. Let's get it together. Education. Let's get it together. Marriage. Let's get it together. Politics. Let's get it together. Full circle. Poverty. Let's get it together. Race. Let's get it together. Full circle.